Well, good afternoon. It's a nice day out there. I hope everybody's keeping well. Stay in and stay safe. Now, this afternoon I'm going to do a poem by the late Trevor Lawrence from down Penzance. The Odd Ode of Sebastian Seagull. Young Sebastian Seagull was learning to fly, but weakly wings caused a fall from the sky. Poor Seb, he just tumbled right down off the roof, which left him alone as a bird on the hoof. No mummy to feed him, no dad to stand guard. Young Seb's start in life was so terribly hard, for up on the rooftops no cars sped around, yet down on the road they could run him to ground. The young fledgling was frightened till help came along. If that bird were a skylark, he'd have burst into song. But Seb was no songbird, just a bird of the sea, more usually found squawking away on the quay. A nearby pub landlord, who spent years before mast, a whole knowledge of legends, was incredibly vast, believed that each seagull played a wonderful role by carrying within them a dead sailor's soul. Mine took host Sebastian over his wing and nursed him and fed him, that poor little thing. Then slowly and surely Sebastian gained strength, and soon he was able to fly to great length. Yet day after day Seb returned to the pub, where he knew he was sure to get water and grub. But his visits were not just a one-off affair, for he brought much enjoyment to everyone there. As every day passed and Sebastian grew braver, he would wander inside for a crisp or a quaver. Seb's impeccable manners gained him much fame, and strangers were amazed how the bird was so tame. Many cameras flashed as photos were took, for long-lasting memories in photograph books. As a way of showing his thanks to mine host, Sebastian chased other gulls back to the coast. Scouse customers sitting outside for a snack were safe to feast upon their lunch pack. He'd entertain punters with various tricks, like knocking on doors and water bowl tricks. Atop of a parasol he'd whirl it around, as his cries of delight by applause would be drowned. As the time it passed by, more fame young Seb got, yet it at all did his copybook blot. At the height of his fame it never did slacken. He was interviewed even by Michaela Strachan. Well, the weeks and the months and the years they rolled past, till mine host his final last orders had passed. Would Sebastian now have to fend for his own? With new landlords, poor Seb's fate was unknown. But Sebastian Seagull had no cause for to frown, for new people looked after him as they settled down, along with a young lady of name, which was Val, who Sebastian looked on as some special pal. With port scratching she fed him at 10 bob a go, that put profits in till you do very well know. So Seb remained happy and new landlord too, and things for a while were quite tickety-boo. Then a new landlord changed and things went astray. Poor Seb, who had been barred, and Val too, by the way. The point of this tale, I find the press quite absurd, to think less of our hospitals and more of a bird. Thank you very much. This other one is, I don't know the author, but it's just called All Right. When one cousin Jack meets another cousin Jack, going someplace or coming back, early in the day or late at night, the greeting's a question and the question's all right. And you know, the expected response is just the same. Or they might say, "May handsome," or use a name. But all right's the answer, 'tis always been so. Down here in Cornwall, where'er you go. All right, fills the air. Oh, you couldn't be suicidal, full of black despair, unable to see a glimmer of light. But being Cornish, hell, you're right, all right. For instance, see a cousin Jack who's had a few, bless his heart, it's all he can do. Let's get back home and back home late, to be bet by his missus with a look of hate. But he doesn't get flummoxed or filled with fright. No, before he fall down, he mutters, All right, all right. Why, listen. I once awoke in intensive care, and scared I gazed at the others there, when a face I knew came into sight, and right away we were both all right. Oh, I'm willing to bet this ain't no jest, when a cousin Jack is laid to rest, before he's lowered out of sight. If you tapped on his box, you'd hear, all right, all right. So to me, it just goes to show, whate'er the plight this world is in, whatever might happen in the future, ours is bright, 'cause we're Cornish, my Empsons, so we're all right, all right. Thank you.